Hello everyone, thank you very much for clicking and for watching the video. Welcome to the free game collection. So I was fully expecting not to be able to actually make a video this week because I'm not going to go to any car boot sales this weekend because I'm busy, and I just didn't expect to be able to do anything, so I was looking for alternative content. However, out of absolutely nowhere, I managed to find stuff at a charity shop. I know, I haven't been able to find anything in a charity shop for absolutely weeks, going on months now. I was out and about with the family. I was not expecting to find anything, so I've got absolutely nothing on footage. I do apologise. I went into the Salvation Army of all places. I don't know if they're the same up and down the country, but all the Salvation Army charity shops near me are always very, very, very highly priced. And to be honest with you, I've got two things that I picked up from there. So just going to be a quick one this week to show you. But like I say, I always like to try to show you how realistic it is week to week. So I've managed to find just two things from a charity shop, so we'll go over them. But yeah, I did pay quite a bit for them, but one of them is something I don't see very, very often ever, especially at a charity shop. They're more, it's something you'd usually find at like a gaming convention or CEX maybe. And the other thing is it was just a deal I couldn't let go past me. So I'll crack on, shall I? So like I say, nothing from a car boot at all this week. This is just from the Salvation Army charity shop, and it's just leaning down here. It's quite heavy. There we go. So it came in a box. Now it's got £30. So I paid £30 for this. This was literally sitting on top of the counter where they serve from. It wasn't in a a gaming section. It's quite a big Salvation Army as well. It's a very big store. I paid £30 for this, and I picked up an Xbox 360. Now, £30 is quite a lot to pay for an Xbox 360, especially someone that gets them from car boots for £5, £10, that sort of thing. But I've got a receipt for this, which is different for a car boot, and they said I can bring it back within a month if it doesn't work, which I thought, well, do you know what? Fantastic. I was also out and about in the urban environment, so I was actually able to use the CEX app to make sure that my 30 quid was safe. So, yes, 30 quid is a bit more than what we usually spend, but I got an Xbox 360, which should work, and I can take it back if it doesn't, so I haven't got that risk. It came with this Guitar Hero Fender Stratocaster. I am absolutely useless at Guitar Hero, like I've said multiple times. Fortunately, there is some games in here with it, but it didn't come with any Guitar Hero games, oddly. You get a little bit for that. You usually get hardly anything at all for the guitars. I had a quick look, and yeah, you can get a little bit for it now, so that's actually quite good. Just make sure if you do, it's got the breakaway cables, because these breakaway cables, they just go missing, don't they? So Xbox 360 with the Fender guitar. It also came with one Xbox 360 controller wired, and this is the official black one. So this is pretty much one of the most expensive, non-special edition 360 controllers that you can find. So that was nice to come with it. And it also came with a second very nice condition wireless Xbox 360 controller. So it came with that. It's also, I won't pull all them out, but it's also got all the wires and the charger and everything for it. It came with a couple of games, but to be quite frank, absolutely nothing special at all, because that little chunk there are FIFA fodder, so they will not be going to CEX because I don't actually think they take those anymore. There's Battlefield 3 in there as well, which is a penny game, so they're not going to help us at all. The only other games in there were Forza Motorsport 4, Formula 1 2011, Need for Speed Most Wanted, isn't bad, and London 2012. This would have got us a little bit of cash a couple months ago, not so much now, it's plummeting in price. So games-wise, not too much, but they were sort of like a little addition to come with them. So £30 for an Xbox 360, which will pay for itself with one of these controllers. It's come with a couple games which I'm probably just going to get some voucher for. The guitar, which again I think I should be getting around nearly £10 for just the guitar. One controller, which obviously will have to be gone to CEX with that. And then another controller, which you get as like another £10. So yes, £30 is a little bit much, but it's safe £30. Do you know what I mean? Because it's from the charity shop and I've got the receipt for it and I've got 30 days. There's no real gamble there. Now, I know I'm not going to make too much more of it. And so some people will go, oh, well, I'm not spending 30 quid to make a tenner because it's a waste of my time. Is it really? I'm just going to say that now. Is it actually, is your time worth that much? I was already in the charity shop. I've already lost the time looking. If I don't buy anything, then that is a waste of my time because I'm not even getting the tenner for the 2 minutes of my life that's gone, and I'm going to go to CEX anyway. So I really struggle when people say I couldn't be asked to make money despite the fact that you're going out to make money. Just one of those, just one of those. So no, it's not worth my time. I'm going to go CEX anyway. So I think I'll get a little bit back for that. Hopefully 10, maybe £20. The other thing which I'm just going to show you, this did not come with it, by the way. I've had this for a little while. I think I picked this up last year. This is a wired Xbox official 360 controller that CEX won't take from us because it doesn't have the sticker on the back. I know, ridiculous, isn't it? But as I've said before, they will take a controller with a console. So I'm thinking I might actually chuck this in with that, trade that in as the console for the 30 odd quid I get back. And then I've got two 360 controllers to hand in to make a bit more money. So I'm going to have a go. See, I'm going to see what they say, but that's the plan anyway. So 30 quid for that little bundle from the Salvation Army. And then the last one, this is something, so I purchased this and left the store. I was then and ahhing in the other one. My wife was with me and she said, you know what? Just go in there. What I'm about to show you was there, but they wanted 50 quid for this. And I thought 50 quid is too much. And my wife said, well, what's not too much? She goes, to be honest, I'd probably take it for 40. And she goes, well, go ask them for 40. In the comments, is it acceptable to negotiate with charity shops? Because I cannot remember the last time I ever negotiated with a charity shop. But I thought, you know what, she's right. The worst thing they can do is say no. So I purchased this, put it in the car, went back in after we'd gone and got the shopping, walked in, and I just so happened to speak to the manager there and then. I said, look, can I just ask a question? You've got a £50 tag on this. Would you take 40? She did not hesitate. She just went, you know what? Yeah, you can have it for 40. It's been there for a week. So I thought, no one's picked this up for a week. So, but what I picked up for £40 was a boxed PS1. I don't own a boxed PS1. I've never found a boxed PS1 anywhere out and about. I've seen them in conventions and things, like I say, but it's in good condition. The box, it's only really the top up here, which is common. That is going a bit. I can sort of straighten that out with a bit of weight on top to level this back out. But yeah, I saw it in there and I thought, you know what? I've always wanted a box one. So I went for it. I won't take it all out, but it's all in there, literally all in there. What's it say it comes with? There's some bits. So it's got the console. Console's in cracking condition as well. Two non-analog controllers, a memory card, which is in there. It's also got the AV cable and a plug. So it's all in there. Not only that, in the box was a copy of The Lost World Jurassic Park. I don't have this, however, I've played this to test the console. This is a terrible game. This is not a good game, which I found surprising. But yeah, I'm probably going to keep hold of that. I might get rid of it a little later down the line because it really isn't that good. But yeah, it came with that. It also came with, look at that, a bit of boxed PlayStation, PS1 accessories. You don't see the boxes very often. Box is actually in pretty good condition. It's open here because I haven't put this back in properly, but it's the, what is this? It's the RFU adapter, old school, but before the whatever it is, the SCART cable time. This is back when the old tellies, but it's nice to have that chucked in there as well, isn't it? So 40 quid I paid for this. My logic at the time was, I have sitting over there a PlayStation 1, to be exact, this PlayStation 1. I picked this up from Facebook Marketplace about 5 years ago for like a £5. This, I don't use this because whenever I'm playing PS1, I just play it on the PS2 because that's always hooked up. So this is essentially nothing more than, you know, just something it's a display piece, really. So what I'm going to do is, the one in the box is in ever so slightly better condition than this one. There's a bit of yellowing around the bottom here, but this works absolutely fine. So what I want to do is essentially I bought this for the box. Okay, so I'm kind of upgrading my display piece. So I'm going to take this into CEX. I've got cables and what have you, so I'll bundle this together, take that into CEX and move this one on because I don't need two display PS1s basically to try get a little bit more money off the price of that. So that's what I'm going to do with this to make sure that I'm not just hoarding things and to try get it free basically. So I thought that was a good little find for charity shops, especially this. You don't find this sort of stuff in charity shops very often. I am aware that essentially I have just spent 40 quid to try and get a box for free. But hey ho, those of you watching this channel, you probably completely appreciate why I would have done that. So the plan is, all of this I don't need. This can be traded in. And I'm hoping that trading this in and trading the old PS1 in, as long as that means that I can keep this for free, for a week where I didn't expect to pick up absolutely anything at all, I'm going to take that as a win. So that is the little plan that we're going for this week. So we're going to go to CEX and I'll be back in a minute. And I am back from CEX, so let's make everything free. First, we need to know how much everything you just saw cost us. 70 quid, nice and easy, 30 and 40. So let's take £70 away. That's what we got to get back to make it free. How did we do it? Well, we did do it. We did it all at CEX. So the first thing was the Xbox 360. They did take it. They gave us £37 for it. They wouldn't take the white wire controller with it. They said the connection was a bit off, which I don't believe, but hey ho. So they took the better of the 360 controllers with it, to be fair. So that's it. And unfortunately, I lost my HDMI that came with it. I don't know where it went. I definitely had it when I packed it all ready to go, and it just went. So they took £2 off me for a HDMI cable, which is really annoying, but that's my own fault. The guitar, they took down as the Beatles Rock Band guitar. 15 quid they gave me for that. Whether it was or wasn't the Beatles version, I don't know. I don't think it was, but I ain't gonna complain, to be fair. The PlayStation 1, they did take, however, they took it as discounted. Can't complain too much because it had a bit of yellow in. The controller was non-analog and it had a bit of yellow in. And it was the old RFU adapter for the tellies as well. So fared at 15 quid they gave for that, which in hindsight is a bit cheap, but it's just sitting there and it weren't in the best condition, so hey ho. But then they gave me another 15 quid for the black wired Xbox 360 controller. So happy days. So in total, CEX gave us £80 back, which is cracking. That's the whole point, isn't it? So let's stick £80 up there. We got it all for free, plus we got ourselves an extra tenner. They've also gave me a little bit of voucher for some of the games. Forza Motorsport was £1.60, Need for Speed Most Wanted was £3, F1 2011 was 10p, unfortunately. I didn't realise it was that cheap. London 2012, at the moment of me filming this, is going for £4. That's dropped right down the price. £8.70 in total they gave me on a voucher. So let's put £8.70 up there. Not too much, but you can never complain at free voucher, can you? Absolutely not. What is it that I've sort of kept? Well, the first thing, we got all these bloody FIFAs just sitting around. These are spare cases now, so ignore them. They're spare cases, or they'll go to the charity shop, whichever one comes first. I'm keeping hold of the RFU adapter. It's just nice, isn't it? Just you don't get PS1 box stuff very often because, of course, it's very, very old. Most people chuck this away, so it's a nice little display piece. I need to put it back in the box properly, to be honest, make sure it closes again properly, but that's not bad as a little display piece, is it? So I was happy to keep hold of that one. I'm also keeping hold of the Lost World Jurassic Park for the time being. CEX don't take it. I don't have much space on the PS1 shelves anymore. I've purged it right down, and it's just not a very good game. So I'm keeping hold of it for now to add to the collection, but I may decide a little later I might take it to an independent or something like that, see if they want it for a bit of exchange. But the Lost World Jurassic Park on the PS1, it just wasn't a fun game, to be fair. And then obviously the main aim of the game this week was to get this bad boy for free, which I have done indeed. So basically, you're looking at a guy that mainly this week has gone and got himself a free box. Fair dues, I made a tenner to get the free box with a bit of voucher, but that's essentially what we've done here. I know many of you watching this will completely appreciate that it's just an upgrade to the display PS1 that I've got sitting around. It's a better condition PS1 in here. There's 2 controllers with it, got the memory card. It's absolutely cracking. The box isn't too bad. I mean, this box is like 30 years old. It's holding up better than I am, that's for sure, at that age. Yeah, it's just like, and I went to the Birmingham Gaming Convention a couple of weeks ago, and I saw a few of these, and yeah, people were asking like 100, 110, 120 quid for them. That's a bit much. So to be able to upgrade to this version, I'm quite happy with that. And I'm going to stick this around me at some point in time with all the other box stuff. So I am pretty chuffed at that. Yes, this week I pretty much just got a box, a game I don't really want, and a very old NFU adapter, but it's free, and I got a £10 on a voucher. And also, look, my son nicked a CEX pen. I'm just wondering, right? No, nobody ever mentioned, in your CEXs, mine are very, very protective of the pens. They never have any pens, any of the ones I go into. My son left the shop and he was holding on to that because I put him on the counter while we were dealing with it, and he just walked out with his pen. So I've managed to get a CEX pen, which, to be honest, I ain't gonna lie, it's quite pathetic, but I've wanted one of these for quite a while. So I got a CEX pen. So new challenge for everyone. You need to go into your local CEXs and see if we can get a couple pens off them, because they're so protective in mine. Like, literally, they wait until you finish someone and then they take it back off you. So God knows I got all of that. Anyway, that's my new work pen, so I'm pretty chuffed for that. So this week, bit of a weird one. We managed to get something out of nothing because I didn't expect to find anything at all. Just a nice little trip into a random charity shop. got it for free, made a tenner, got nearly a tenner on a voucher, which will get me a game later on, and a nice upgrade to my display PS1, which I'm really chuffed with, and I got a CEX pen. Absolutely buzzing. Thank you very, very, very much for joining me. Take care of yourselves.